The CCI that slapped a penalty on social media giant Meta to the tune of over 200 crore rupees for its unfair practice by sharing the data of its users. Well, this is the allegation that has been leveled against Meta, the giant that owns Instagram as well as Facebook, as well as WhatsApp. Now, the Meta giant has gone ahead and disagreed with the order of the CCI. They've also gone on to say that they'll be challenging that very order. We have my colleague Vishal joining us to get us more on this. Vishal, take us through what has really happened in terms of the kind of data that was shared by Meta. And this is, of course, after their WhatsApp privacy setting was updated back in 2021.
That is correct. So this is one of the various cases that have been leveled against many big tech companies across the world. India has also leveled many cases. EU in particular has been filing a lot of cases against many big tech companies such as Meta, as you mentioned, and this is one of the cases. If you compare it with the fines that have been given to companies from the EU, this is a small fine. This is just 213 crore. This is pocket change for Meta, but even then it's a big statement coming from the CCI, which has filed a few cases in the last 1 or 2 years for Meta, and also a few cases about Google. So it remains to be seen how Meta will take this forward. It has responded officially to a few news organizations and said that it will give a bigger response, but it remains to be seen what kind of response that would be, and all of that will also, culminate into a big tech showdown versus many regulators across the world. There's also a report coming in that says that the US Department of Justice is ready to file a case against Google. It wants to split Google Chrome from Google. So that is also another case about tech regulation. So these things have been happening in the last 2 or 3 years, and it remains to be seen what these big tech companies are supposed to do.
Right. Thank you so much, Vishal, for getting us all those details. To get more on this, we have with us Virag joining us. Virag Gupta, advocate and cyber law expert, with us in order take us through the laws that are in place when it comes to violation of information of users using social media platforms.
The genesis of this whole controversy goes back to 2014 when Meta acquired the WhatsApp. And in 2016, they started integrating data of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. And at that time, it was challenged before Supreme Court and High Court. And that matter is still pending. And in 2021, when they came with the new policy, so CCI has taken the suo motu cognizance, and in that matter, they have imposed penalty up to 37 crore rupees. And against these proceedings, they have already gone before the High Court and Supreme Court. But Supreme Court and High Court said that, no, these are the separate proceedings and you have to follow these. Now, by this order, there are two aspects. One aspect is penalty, in which they can go to the court and ask for some stay. And second is their directions for the WhatsApp, that what they need to do for the next 5 years to stop the targeted advertising. So I think that this is a very, very important order, and they have to update the privacy policy also, so that users are knowing that in what manner and in what respect their data is being shared by WhatsApp with their group companies.
Right, of course, WhatsApp users were given that option back in 2016 if they really want to have their data shared or not. But, that is something that, Meta had gone ahead and changed by the time they upgraded their privacy situation, their privacy law by this was in 2021. WhatsApp made the data sharing with Meta mandatory for all users, removing their earlier option to opt out. So, it is up to you if you want to use that particular social media site or not, given the fact that it is not leaving you with any choice whatsoever.
No, there are two aspects. This defense was taken by the Meta before the Competition Commission, and that was not considered because in European Union, they have given the different choice because their GDPR is enforced, and by that data protection is totally effective. And in India, our data protection law is has been passed by the parliament, but we have not enforced the rules. So that is the problem. So CCI has not taken the cognizance of this defense by them, and European Union has started the investigation in 2014. And after that, in those proceedings, European Union has imposed the penalty of some 110 euro million. So these tech giants are violating so many laws, and globally they are facing a lot of challenges. So this is one aspect. And if we go into detail of this whole order, so there are many aspects. The first aspect is sharing of the user's data. Second aspect is wrong claim that their whole message is encrypted, because there are many metadata which are not encrypted and they are being shared. And third is targeted advertisement. And fourth most important thing is that since 2016, Meta is sharing the data with the group companies, and that is not allowed. Why should they be allowed? Why should they not be charged with some GST and other taxes on the data shared by the group companies?
Right, the charge against Meta is about its unfair ways of doing business, about misusing its dominant position. Take us through how does this stop Meta from, from other companies getting in touch with, say, users that are particularly using just WhatsApp services, Facebook and Instagram services? How is it, causing that wall and barrier from other companies getting in touch with these users?
This will certainly have impact on the other companies. Directly, it is not, because this order will be applicable only to the Meta and the WhatsApp. But we have to consider three aspects. The first is that India's biggest market for Meta means there are three group companies: Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram. So it will certainly impact operations of Meta in India. Secondly, we will have a parity with the global standards. What are the standards of the data protection in USA and European Union? Same should be enforced. Our courts have to consider, because this matter is pending before the High Court and Supreme Court long back. So court have to take the early decision, so that there is a pressure on and there is awareness also in the public about their data safety. And third thing is defense of the Meta, that they are saying that there is option with the user, is incorrect, because since 2016 they are sharing the data, and I don't think that any of the users are aware, or they have choice not that their data is not shared by the group companies.
Right. Of course, what is really being said by Meta is that their policy is very clear, take it or leave it. But it is, of course, what CCI has gone on to say, that it wasn't really leaving the users with a choice. They had no choice but to comply. I mean, if I'm using a social media site, I know what their rules and regulations are. Why do I not have a choice to opt out?
No, that this aspect has been discussed in detail in the reasoned order passed by the CCI, because CCI was investigating the whole matter since 2021, and they have taken this matter suo motu cognizance. And these all defenses in the CCI order have been clearly said that their defense is not good, and they are using, once they are saying that either use it or leave it, it means they are using the dominant position, and that dominant position they are using to use it for the OTT platforms also, for the digital advertising also. And on one reasoning of the CCI, I don't agree, wherein they have only passed the order for the 5 years, so that WhatsApp is not using the data for the targeted advertising. My understanding is, and we have taken this matter before the High Court, Delhi High Court, in 2012, long back. And we have said that these companies cannot share the users' data with other group companies, or they cannot sell the data for the other thing. And for any such sale or for transfer of data in India, they must clearly disclose in their privacy policy and in their public platform, so that on number one, users should know that their data is shared. Number two, government should stop that. And number three, on all such transactions and data sharing, government should recover the taxes from those companies.
Right. Thank you so much, Virag Gupta, for clearing all those doubts as far as the CCI penalty that they have leveled against the social media giant Meta that owns Facebook, Instagram, as well as WhatsApp.